by T.J. Kirkpatrick, Redux. In hindsight, it's easy to see why a who's who of business, government, and finance scions were duped by Elizabeth Holmes. Not only did the Theranos founder and college dropout, who briefly held the title of the world's youngest self-made female billionaire, embody the romantic ideal of Silicon Valley, but her company promised something equally revolutionary, a way to benefit the world, with almost no conceivable downside. Over the entry to one of our buildings was a sign that read, "Success is not the result of spontaneous combustion, you must set yourself on fire," Holmes said in a 2015 commencement speech, describing her motivating philosophy. And her passion was catching. Investors poured $1.4 billion into Theranos, never suspecting that a humiliating series of damning headlines, federal investigations, and failed pivots would eventually drive the company into the ground. Now that Holmes has settled with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which accused her of massive fraud, for raising more than $700 million in a years-long scheme, in which they exaggerated or made false statements about the company's technology, business, and financial performance, said cream of the crop is SOL, and thanks to documents unsealed in an ongoing lawsuit against the company and obtained by the Wall Street Journal, we know exactly how much each sunk into the failed venture. Perhaps the most notable individual on the list is Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, whose family invested $100 million, literally 100 times the lifetime earnings of the average American, in Theranos between 2013 and 2015. DeVos had previously disclosed that she was a Theranos investor, though the size of her investment was not known. Others include the family of Walmart founder Sam Walton, who invested $150 million in the company; Mexican newspaper investor Carlos Slim, who invested $30 million; Greek shipping heir Andreas Dracopoulos, who went in for $25 million; members of South Africa's Oppenheimer family, who put up $20 million; Atlanta's billionaire Cox family, which invested $100 million; Riley Bechtel, former chairman of construction company Bechtel Corp., who invested $6.2 million; and New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft, whose frugal investment of $1 million seems, in retrospect, uncannily wise. Rupert Murdoch, who sunk $125 million into Theranos, was the company's largest individual investor, though his name did not appear in the documents, as he sold back his shares for $1 in early 2017, people familiar with the matter told the Journal. Greg McNeely, the chief operating officer of WinQuest Group, DeVos and her husband's family holding company, told the Journal that the investment was made by many members of the DeVos family. To say they're highly disappointed in Theranos as a company and an investment is an understatement. We can only assume that others feel similarly. In all, Holmes's failed experiment cost investors more than $600 million. The SEC settlement may bring them some small consolation, as part of the settlement agreement, under which neither Holmes nor Theranos is required to admit wrongdoing. Holmes will surrender voting control of Theranos and comply with a 10-year ban from serving as director or officer of a public company. She also agreed to return 18.9 million shares of stock and pay a $500,000 penalty. Even if Theranos is somehow acquired by a third party, Holmes won't profit from the sale, until over $750 million is returned to defrauded investors and other preferred shareholders. In response to the settlement, Theranos said in a statement that it was pleased to be bringing this matter to a close and looks forward to advancing its technology. Holmes warned shareholders in an email last month that Theranos would soon be liquidated, possibly by August.